BK Game Devs.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back to BK Game Devs. All three of us are here, Chris, Quan, Alex.
Welcome back.
And we have some updates from our game jam from last week. So last week, go for it, Chris. Go for it.
I was going to say, so last week we showed you guys the final outcome of our game, like, what it looked like, and we started to play some other games, and it took about a week for results to come through. And Alex has it on the screen right now, but we did pretty well. So our game was called Safe Surfing, if you don't remember, and we ranked 1 in following the jam rules and the arcade feel, which I think is awesome.
Like, I'm super
especially
proud of
the arcade feel. Like ranking number 1 in arcade feel, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, super awesome, man. We really nailed that Galaga feel.
Yeah, the theme of the game jam was pixel arcade, and we got the best arcade feel. Like that just
wholesome way.
Feels so good. Mm-hmm. It's so good.
Yeah, and then we got number 2 in the other categories, aesthetics and fun.
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel good about the aesthetics just because a lot of the art is mine. So it's good to see that the art came through well. We really worked hard on that. We collaborated on the art. They both gave Alex and Chris gave me great feedback. We had someone else named Chris who's not part of BK Game Devs but helped us out on the game, who made great music. Like, it all came together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so technically, according to public vote, like Safe Surfing and Appleman were the top 2.
Yeah.
So we're very proud of ourselves. This is our first game jam we did together as a group.
And for me, my first game jam ever.
Yeah, it was my first.
For me, my first game.
Yeah, it was my first game jam.
All of our first game jams.
Yeah, it's all of our first. It's all of our first, guys.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
We're excited about that. And the Games for Love team updated us, said everyone did a great job and that there will be games that they're going to select based off of this game jam and the results to be placed into their VR game, Channel Surfing. And, we're kind of excited for the prospect of that happening. Like, we might get selected.
Yeah, that is it. It would be so awesome, man. So yeah, we'll see if they get back to us. We'll definitely let everyone know. It'd be awesome to move forward. We'd all gain so much experience, and just being able to contribute to such a good project would just feel so good, So yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated on that.
Just curious. Has anyone checked the stream? Just want to make sure that you guys are actually can be heard.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna mute myself real quick, and then just keep talking.
Okay, no problem. Let me test it out. All right, can they hear me? Can I hear myself?
Yeah, I think we can.
I can hear myself. Yeah.
Okay,
cool. Okay, I can hear the music too.
Yep, I can hear you. We're
Excellent.
all good.
Nice. Yeah, so we think it's awesome that all these teams participated and we played everyone's games, and I think the results said it for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
so
also thank you for rating our games. I mean, I know we got people to rate our games, or Chris got people to rate our games. So thank you to Chris.
Yep, I also had a friend who rated our games. Yeah, it's great. It's great to just have people to just. And I think we got the most ratings, right? We got 14 ratings, so we got 14 people to at least rate our games and play. So it's great to have that as support here, man.
Oh yeah. So thank you.
And big shout out to Games for Love. I think they're gonna be hosting another jam at some point.
Yeah, this was their first too. This was their first game jam that was hosted.
Man, everything is first. It's lit.
First. Number ones.
Yeah. Anyway, so now back into the game that we're making. Wake Up 2D platformer. Do we want to give a little recap of where we're at and what we did last week?
Sure, yeah, I can take that on. So last week we were able to start reworking our overlay controller so that we could make it more generic, so that we could have interactions be separated away from their objects in a certain way, so that well, not separated, but more clean. That instead of having to write a lot of a complex and specific code inside of our overlay controller, we made it our interact controller. I've been saying overlay, our interact controller, which deals with the overlay. I think we made a generic interact controller, and now door controller is a child of it. So it inherits all of its abilities, but then it can specifically, do things like set specific text or change the prompt and the stuff that happens. Yeah, I think that's what we worked on last week, right?
Yeah, I did do some things.
And we also,
go
ahead.
Bad.
No, it's fine. I was gonna say we fixed that bug of walking on the ceiling.
Oh yeah, I remember now. In between, right? We did that in between streams.
In between streams.
Oh yeah, there was a little bug basically where if you hit the ceiling, because of the way that we had our collider that detected ground, because it sort of detected ground when you hit the ceiling or a portion of the walls, it would reset the jump and essentially allow you to jump multiple times. And that was an issue. So we basically made it smaller, much smaller. In fact, you could probably see it in this scene here. Go to player. You can see that the you see this is pretty much the what do you call it? The grounded collider.
They're kind of like where their feet is. And should we move it up? Actually, now I think about it, so that it's right on their feet. If you look, it's a little under their feet. So go onto flat ground. I think it looked like he was kind of like floating. I could be wrong though.
No, he's on flat.
But his feet are like floating a little bit.
Oh, that has to do with the actual this collider. This
Oh, okay. Got it. No problem. That's fine then. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we wanted to, we could like make it so that it's just a bit smaller, the actual capsule collider around this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But
but I think it's fine though. Now that you explained.
Yeah. So, and then before we started, I just messed around with the interact controller, and of course it's subclass the door controller to deal with different scenarios of when you interact, you get that little window. When you get this guy and you interact, you get another little window, and then when you close that window, the door pretty much opens. And then the next time you interact, there will be no door or anything. It'll pretty much be a scene transition, which is what we want to do next. So you see here, you do not have the keyframe. There's the keyframe conveniently right there. Now it says to unlock. It's to unlock. So you insert the keyframe, you're permitted to continue, and then when you close, that's when this prompt changes, and that's when the door opens. So the dish now it gives way to actually transitioning. I can't move, and I can't press escape to get out of this. So this is pretty much something that the system will take over on.
Yeah, at that point, we will activate the fading and such.
Yeah. Which I know you started to do some work in refactoring on here.
Yep, yeah. So what we want to do is we were starting to refactor our code so that we could have a kind of generic crossfade that can perform an action. So what I mean by that is you can imagine when the player moves to a new level or a new section, or maybe if something else is occurring, we may want to run some code in the background while the screen is still black. So I started to create a method run crossfade on action that will fade the screen to black, wait a certain amount of time so that an action can occur. For example, like moving the player, or maybe we need to reset the items and do just whatever we may need to do. And then once that code is done, we will then fade the screen back in, and so it'll be seamless. The player will not see like weird like teleportations or glitching or whatever that might happen, because before we had the crossfade, the player could see their character like teleporting if they hit the lava and stuff. So stuff like that we'll be able to handle much more gracefully once we flesh this out.
So I mean, let's get right into it, right?
Sure, yeah.
Just quick question: did you mean to do that?
Do what?
Did you mean to use a overlay controller there?
Oh no, my bad. Sorry. Can you put? Yeah, I was trying to just copy. I forgot. Yeah.
Okay, you were copying. That's fine.
Yeah, because I was thinking the same way we
Okay.
will have one overlay that just everyone can talk to. Same with the crossfade. It's always going to be that fade to black. So I think just having one it'll make sense. So I was just trying to follow that design.
During crossfade with action, kill zone, fade out, fade in.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be refactoring needed to be done.
I imagine.
Yes, like on Killzone, we have that thing like wait and reset, which will probably stop being an enumerator, and it'll probably be
Time to
like-
action.
yeah, it'll or not time to action. It'll actually be some event that calls the I made a new event if you go into Unity called crossfade with action, and so yeah, so let me show you guys this. And then there should be crossfade with action somewhere or on crossfade with action. Yeah. And now if you go into the hierarchy and click on the crossfade object and scroll down in its things, you'll see I've added on interactive with on crossfade with action. I run invoke crossfade with action.
I
So
see.
ideally, what we want to do is on Killzone, instead of doing wait and reset, which if you go back into the code, what it does right now is it calls an event, waits, and then does something else. This is exactly what I think we want the crossfade with action to do. We want to say, okay, start your crossfade, raise the Killzone event after some amount of time, and then continue on. Right? I think that makes sense. I could be wrong though.
So fade out, kill zone event, fade back in.
Yeah, exactly that.
Player.
I'm trying to remember how we did it before, because I know we do the fade out event, but I think what it was is that we kind of like cheated in that we called the fade out event, and the whole animation runs for 1.5 seconds, and then we have the wait for seconds to be less so that it doesn't interact like that was our hack, just by making the time less. Because if you go back to Killzone controller real quick, yeah, if we change that wait for seconds to like 2, what will happen is the screen will fade back in before calling. No, sorry. Yeah, the screen will have faded back in, I think, before calling the Killzone
event.
Yeah, and then you'll see the player get like teleported, and that's not what we want. So just to test that, I can't remember. Change the wait for seconds to 2, real quick, or yeah, and then just play the game and just hit a hazard. I think I'm right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We waited too long, basically.
This is exactly. Yeah, so this is exactly why we could use the crossfade with action, because instead of us having to like know the time of the crossfade and have to adjust for it, the crossfade can handle that itself. It can just wait till it fades to black to run an action, and then fade back in once that thing is done. Right?
I wonder if
that's basically what we're going to be using it for.
Yeah,
exactly.
I wonder if like the whole crossfading thing should be done like from the player side, not like the actual crossfading, but the the calling of the crossfading functions on like reset on the reset player function, for example.
The only reason I say no, I mean, I'm not going to say no. So possibly, I'm wondering. So then, how much does the Killzone handle? Because things I don't want us to eventually
would pretty much just handle this.
Do Killzone event.
Like that's all it would do. Yeah, and then player would notice that, and then it would trigger a reset player, and then this is where we would actually have it, where this is the action we want to do in between, and then for a set amount of time before and after we want to do the fade out, fade in. So it's pretty much the same deal, except just the fade out code, or where we're calling it, is happening here. And then this way, a reset player on death could pretty much follow the same logic. We won't have to do this in a coroutine. We'd simply call reset player, which should do its thing, and then reset sanity as well. I imagine. because right now we're doing on player death, right? And on player death is also being sent to the crossfade controller as well through the game event stuff, right? Through the game event listener with a time, because that's where this time thing is coming into play.
Yeah.
And you know that's kind of what's happening. We can either do what you're saying and do the do it like have a crossfade game event in player controller and trigger that and then send over the data like we're doing here. Or we could simply, since we're making this a singleton, we could do something like crossfade controller.instance run crossfade with action. We are doing that somewhat with overlay controller and door.
Can you show me? Because I think that we should mirror what we did with the door. Like I think that's a good idea.
So then I'll show you. So instead of reset player, right?
Remember right now, yeah.
We're gonna do something like crossfade controller.instance run crossfade with action. We're gonna set a time. Then, what time do we do? Like 1.5. How's that?
Yeah, that's fine. So, and then but it's the other way around. It's oh yeah, no, sorry, no, yeah. You did it right.
And then the in betweeny is that, and
I get you.
Yeah, and then we may have to change some things here. I will just comment.
Yeah, I think so.
No, like, I'm not gonna. A lot of here. I avoid reset player on death. I mean, we're gonna still do player. Raise that. We're gonna reset.
Yeah, because other people might need that. We don't need the start coroutine now. We will just say.
Or we can even just do this. Like, I'm just gonna comment this out for now. Yeah, so we reset player to the hard checkpoint and then reset sanity to 100.
Got it. And reset player already takes care of the crossfade. Yeah. I think that's a good design. Yeah. Because now and the good thing about us making that util function and putting it inside of these classes like overlay or crossfade is that now we have a lot less I enumerators just hanging around our code, and our code can focus more on just performing actions.
Yeah, and then here I'm just gonna remove the on player death, so it's no longer listening on that guy. Wait.
Yep. Sounds good.
I just delete that.
You have to. Yeah. Now, 0 should be.
0 should be yours.
Yeah.
Which we could have still done the on crossfade event and used a parameter like where we control it. But let's see what this does. Oh.
Did we change kill zone? Maybe that's why. I don't remember if we.
We didn't change kill zone. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah, so kill zone now just does this. Duped. And we're gonna comment this out.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
We can just comment this out, because it's no longer needed.
Sure, I think that makes sense. Yeah, all does is raise the kill zone event, and the player handles how it dies. As sad as that sounds. Okay, do that. Boom. Okay, so it waited long. Oh, you want to know why? Let's do something real quick. Go back to crossfade controller. Here, do time divided by 2, because I realize now it's waiting for 1.5 at the beginning and then 1.5 again. Yeah. Whereas before, right? So if we do it by 2 on both, I think it should take half the time on each. I could be wrong. Let's see how it works.
Oh, you want to do time divided by 2 in general?
In general, yeah. So maybe
then wouldn't that just be 0.7?
Yeah, exactly. So we could just send 0.75. Yeah. That's actually a smarter thing than doing division. Yeah, so now it should still be 1.5 seconds in total, and it should do exactly what we're expecting.
Bloop.
We saw a quick blip.
We may need to have like a before and after time, or
I get you. Okay,
we may need to look at the crossfade animation. Let's go to the animator and figure out some things here. All right, but I mean, let's not go that far. Let's just start with like doing the 1 second
Okay, sure, yeah.
because it's really based on animation time.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
That was like 2 seconds, right?
2 seconds total.
Yeah, because it was 1 second at the beginning and at the end. I'm trying to think of how we could make it shorter and make it work though, because
Right.
ideally it should. I think it's because the crossfade animation is a certain length, which is I think 1.5. So before we were having it occur while the fade is happening. Now we're having the fade.
We were essentially having it
start.
occur like 1 second in, right? So what we
Exactly,
can
yeah.
do is we may have to go and refactor this a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so then we did that before. Was it fade out time, fade in time? Yeah, let's do that. Fade out time. So fade in time. And then this will be that. And fade in time will be this. And then here, we're gonna have to figure that one out later.
Yeah, and
layer,
yeah, okay.
and then we can just make the 0.5f.
Sure, yeah. And so now I'm trying to figure out, did we go back to
Mhm.
CrossFit? Oh yeah, because I'm thinking this won't change the time of the animation. It'll change the amount of wait time. But okay, yeah, no, then that's fine though. We're
Ideally, we would actually do this based on the time of the animation itself.
Yes, ideally, yeah, I agree.
See, there was some lag there, so we may want to
Yeah.
just push this a little forward, like 7.5.
I get that, yeah. And but you do make a good point. Ideally, yeah, what we want to do is, can we get the animation's time from the animation controller? I remember we were looking into that kind of stuff because we
With
do
the
have
animation of that stuff.
Yeah.
so kind of like that, but I'm saying more so be instead of the animation event, because we could do that, but we if we could get the like animator.transition like duration, then we could I think that's what you're saying,
I
right?
think I
Alex?
looked
Like, we
into
could
that. I
basic-
don't think that's a. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, I
If
think we did look into that.
If we
Okay,
go
fair enough.
into
Yeah.
crossfade, we can see here. This is the animation for fade out is the one we want to look at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's at the end where we wanted to add like an event. I think there we go. So it's at this point when it's blacked out, we want to say, okay, now do the action of teleporting, and then also do the action of coming back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this was like an event where we can actually yeah, I think we could do it because it looks exactly at that mono behavior. So what we can
Nice.
do is we can go to crossfade controller. I'm just gonna make a new one just so it doesn't break anything here.
No problem. Yeah.
So we can say something like public void fade in.
Mm-hmm.
So fade in. So first we run crossfade with action, right? And what that should do is crossfade with action. I'm gonna make a new one with the same name. I'm pretty sure it would work fine. It's almost like overloading. Here we go. So here we're gonna say is fading is equal to true. What do we use this for?
Mm-hmm. Is fading I think it was because let me remember. Yeah, we had a thing where certain things were calling the crossfade at the same time, and so it would like
it was the
start
on death
to
and the on kill zone. If they
yes, back and forth.
we may not need it then.
Yeah, we may not need that now, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I feel like we probably don't need it then.
Well, just in case.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll just leave it just in case, I guess.
Okay. So fading is equal to true. Yeah, I'll put it here or something. If is fading, then return. That's what I had before. Is fading, so then we're fading out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we know that when that fade out happens, we'll set bool. Okay, so we're gonna need to figure out how to get the action to do this thing.
Sorry, say like come again?
We're gonna need to figure out how to like to get its action, the action to do its thing. Like how do you say?
Oh, like as run the code.
Run
The
run
actual
that
code.
code.
Yeah, I get that.
Run fade with action. Fade it out. And do action. And trigger fade in. Fading in. Well, I mean, let's just be action aside. Let's actually see if this would work. What is the rest of the code? It's this, right?
So maybe let's just do a debug, and we can just do a log and see if even if we don't run a full action, we can just run a debug and see if it comes up.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Where to go? Here we have crossfade. Here we have fade out. Here we have our event, I think, right? Yeah. And we're gonna do fade in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just see if that works. I mean, what should happen is fade out. Fade in is pretty fast.
The animation should be the same length, but
I think it's probably because fade in is happening the exact moment that action happens.
I get it.
Oh no.
Yeah, whereas we
no, sorry,
yeah.
it's because player controller. Yeah, I forgot. Following the wrong one. Okay, so fade out. Crossfade with action. So this will call the actual. Okay. Fade out. Yeah, see the moment that happens, it calls fade in. We don't actually want that. We want there to be a delay.
Mm-hmm.
Fade.
Wait, where are you calling fade in?
Fade in is being called on the animation event when fade out finishes, basically. But we don't want that. We want to teleport, move the player to the side, and the issue here is really that it's teleporting it in a specific position and not like where it should be.
What do you mean?
Like it should be sort of teleporting it, but like grounded.
Oh, it's like the like when the player gets teleported, they like fall from the sky, right?
Yeah, because really, what's gonna
I
happen?
remember we had this problem. Okay, yeah. Go into Unity. Here's I'm not sure what the fix is, but if you go to any of the soft checkpoints in a scene view, what happened is we made them very large so that the player wouldn't like miss them and like jump over them or something.
Yeah, I remember.
So maybe what we should do, right, is I know it'll be a little bit of extra work, but should we make the soft checkpoints like tall, but the bottom of the checkpoint hits the top of our platform, and then we can move the player to the bottom of the soft. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of complicated code now that I think about it.
I mean, we could set the transform position to reset pause, and then see if we can calculate the like what sort of like array.
I get you. Yeah.
So from this position
Yeah.
down to
To the first ground. Yeah. So we want to basically do raycast. Well, actually, now we don't want to do a box cast. I think we want to just do a normal like raycast. I think, right, and just shoot a line down from the player. Once it hits something with the layer mask ground, we should be able to get the distance of that, and then we'll move the player down on the Y by that distance. Does that make sense?
yes, and now I have to
So I think what we want to do is
I don't know.
I think because it's going to be a raycast, we don't need all the new size stuff. I think we should be able to just do. Let me see if I can find some code. Hold on. I think we should be able to just do like a physics 2D like raycast, and we can say from transform that position, and yeah, that raycast, and then what is it? Origin and direction. So transform that position, and then down. But does that account for layer mask? There should be something like raycast hit 2D. I did it in an old game. Let me see if I can find it.
I'm just gonna do like a good 20F for distance.
Yeah.
Layer mask there.
Oh, did you figure it out?
And then we don't have to worry about size. We don't have to worry about.
I don't think we really need. Yeah, we don't need size. We don't need extra length. And yeah, so then
Not use these.
yeah,
hit
that just
collider-ish.
draws the array if we want to see it, or not anymore. But yeah, so we don't need that bottom piece of code.
Hold on,
Any
let
of
me
the
just do
sure
private void reset layer to ground.
Also a quick thing, Chris, are you still there? I don't know if you haven't talked in a while, but I just didn't know if you were on mute or something.
No, I'm here. I'm just
Cool. All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Just do the code. Damn it.
Yikes! Yeah.
Yep.
Reset player to the ground. Reference? No? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yes.
That's an old reference.
Hit the collider.
I don't even get it. What's the
it's a Lonely Island song.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh man, take me back.
That's a while ago.
Yeah, that's deep.
No, I remember there should be some like sort of get contacts, right? Because we want to find out the one that's like where the hit happened.
That's what hit is. Hit will give you the It is actually the point of collision, I think.
Oh, point. The point where the hit the collider surface. That's perfect.
Exactly that. Yep. And it's a vector too. And so then we'll have the Y. Yep.
Dot Y.
And then we can. Yep. So now what we want to do is, yeah, we don't need that. If the hit is not null, we want to do is transform that position dot Y minus hit dot point dot. No, not Y. We want to find the difference between their Ys and move the player down that much, if that makes sense. So if the player is at Y of 20 because they're in the air and the ground is at Y0, we want to move the player down 20 points so that they're on the floor.
Well, this origin,
right? That makes sense?
This origin is their sort of feet. So
okay, so then we want to move them from. Well, we want to make sure that origin is like basically right at the same Y. So maybe you're saying just change the because we need to change the player's position, not the origin.
No, I know, but if we made the origin basically the very bottom of its collider, right? So really, that's the difference. So that y minus that y, that's the difference. That's what we need to.
I get you. Yes. Yeah.
So
you're right.
basically,
Yeah, origin.
Y offset.
Yep, is origin.
Or
Is the and we should just to be safe, because again, just in case it ever happens, will the player ever be below? Do we need to do a absolute value of this, or should it always be fine in that?
Should be fine because the way we're doing those checkpoints,
right.
it like we're basically setting it to the checkpoint's value. The issue with it is that the checkpoint value is its center.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
So,
but I was gonna say, so some of our checkpoints go into another object, and I just don't want the center to be like, if you go into the scene, you'll see that the some of them are like inside of a wall, and I don't want it to give a weird issue, but we'll find out when the time comes. So yeah, it's fine. And so yeah, now I guess just transform that position dot.
So sorry,
Y
origin y minus
hit point dot y. Yeah,
is that correct?
I think so, because so the origin y is going to be the bottom of the player. So let's say the player is in the air, right, and their feet, the y position is 20, and the floor is at 0. We should get 20 minus 0, which is 20, and so then we need to move the player down
By 20
y units so that they're on the floor again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? I think that makes sense.
Plus equals new vector. Let's do 2.
Yeah.
There's 3.
I say do 3 because we've been using 3 for, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is plus equals, right? So it's just 0. And this is the y offset. And rather, it's the negative y offset. And 0. So we want to move it negative down.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
So is that correct? Is that what's happening? Well, I mean, action isn't even like getting triggered right now. We'd have to
no, we haven't figured that out yet. That's what I'm saying. So maybe we just put like a debug log or something, just so that we'll know if like action or whatever would run, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Well, action will run here. You know what we may have to do? We may have to make like a public handler. I don't want to do a Unity event for this. Fading in. This and event args that empty. Okay. Player. So we're running crossfade. Fading in. Set player in. Oh, okay. Set player. That. Then yeah, that should do it.
Okay, so let's let's explain again because we wrote a lot of code. So reset player now will run the crossfade with action.
Yeah.
Which is resetting the player to ground. And so, okay, wait, now I'm kind of lost at why we need both. Do we need both of these lines? Because I'm kind of lost.
No, basically, this won't have an action. It'll just run. It'll be run crossfade. But we're going to listen in on the fading in event. So basically, we'll know when it's fading back in. And right before it actually fades in, that's when we'll reset our player over to the other position, so that when it fades in, it'll already be there. I hope.
Okay, yeah. Let's test it out. So then I guess you're gonna reset. So you're gonna remove the call to reset player to ground on 215 then. Or am I misunderstanding?
No, we still have the crossfade though. I mean, right now all this function does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this. It's kind of like get rid of that and we get rid of that.
Yeah. That's what I meant, right? Like we don't need
it's technically
call
action
anymore. Also, there's something else called run crossfade. So
I think so long as they have different parameters, yeah, should be.
Oh
fine.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's overridden. Okay, sure.
And save here. We just have to figure out. This should be fine. There may be a problem that, a different problem, but let's see. Let's just test this one out. So he goes down, fades out.
Got him.
Nice.
Got him. Man still fall from the sky.
What?
Yeah, so I guess let's try and debug and figure out what hit is coming in as.
Sure.
Because maybe it's not working. Or maybe 20 F is not a lot. I don't know. It should be in my head.
Oh, I didn't attach.
Hmm.
Really need to figure out how to deal with this whole thing of yeah, I need to figure out this whole reason why my projects no longer give me the attach option and give me a start option instead.
Got it, yeah.
Or why that is. Background. Okay, should be fine now. Boom! Alright. Reset.
There you go.
So the reset position is going to be 24.4 -2.
And what we care about is the Y, right? So what's the Y on a transform that position? Or actually, what's the Y on origin? Let's see if we can
we're not getting there yet. Hold on. So we have that.
Sure, yeah.
We've reset the position. Now we have the origin Y is -38.
Okay.
So we recasted down from this origin.
Okay, so
is there a reason why we're doing that?
Doing what?
I'm trying to. Okay, we do have a collider hit. Let's see what the Y offset is.
What's
Is it
-39?
Oh. Really? Hold on. Go back into Unity because maybe they are placed. No, yeah, it's weird.
I wonder if it's because the collider at this moment is not detecting this position change. We just changed it. Because the origin should not be this. The origin should actually be position. So I think what we would need to do instead is set origin to be the position minus the collider size.
I didn't fully understand what you meant.
Its current position at the time is lava, right, where it's at.
Yeah.
So the collider's bound center is going to be just there, and it's going to detect the floor. So like right there. And the difference is so small.
Underneath is like 0.04. Yeah.
So the difference is so small that and that's the Y offset we're using. But what if we use reset player? And in fact, we're just going to do this, right? We're just going to put this here and just we got reset player, right?
Mhm.
And we could just do plus equal on that. Origin should actually be this guy. So instead of saying the collider bouncer, we're going to say the reset position bound, right? Or the reset position.
And so this should work for hard checkpoint as well, right? It shouldn't affect hard checkpoint.
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is we're still going to take into the account the collider's size so that we can get the proper Y in which its foot would be. But as if it was already reset to that position, and then of course reset it further down. So
got it.
Try that again. Woo-doo.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Is that good?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Because
I think
you never see the teleport, and so can we just use the breakpoint again and let's see?
Oh, I died.
Oh,
It's because that's a
because a hard checkpoint. Let's just see. I just want to see what the it doesn't even matter. I'm just curious about the math, but I can look at that later.
Oh, we could look at
So
it.
yes,
Is it still attached? No.
it's fine. Oh, okay, sure. But yeah, so just to see, because it's working so well. I'm curious. So it just figures it out. So boom, we wait. Now it does the hit. Yeah.
So
And
size of
so-
it is 1.3 and 2.3, right? So that's the X size and the Y size.
Mhm.
The reset position is 24.4 and negative 12.8, basically the position of the checkpoint.
the soft checkpoint. Mhm.
We've subtracted it by the size dot Y, right? Because that would be
Yeah.
that would be
So we should get 12.8 here, right?
let's see. 13.9. We're doing half
Okay,
the size.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we have 12.8 as a negative Y, but it's really negative 13.9 that we're going for
I
in
get you.
origin. Yeah. So
Sure. Okay.
and that would account for where the feet would be, because that's where we want the raycast to happen, starting from the feet down to the yeah, and then I'm just doing an
And so-
arbitrary 20F to account for pretty large distance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then of course that should get a hit. And here we have
And then hit point Y is Y offset is 6.
Mhm.
Okay, and then what is hit point dot Y?
negative 20.
Oh, that just happens to be because of the 20F.
No. It just
wow, that's just
exactly
a
negative
lucky
20.
guess then.
Yeah. I mean, remember these
Okay,
things are
cool.
on a grid, perfectly positioned.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then the
Nice.
subtraction of negative 13.9, I guess, gave 6.085 or something.
Negative 13 minus
20. Yeah. Because it's rounded up, it's 14. Negative 14 minus negative 20 is going to be 6, and then of course that little bit of 8
yeah, got it. Okay, sure.
and then
that makes sense.
and then we just transform, we just update that reset pause to be the appropriate value, and finally set the transform position. One thing I am
sounds good.
concerned about is the fact that now that we have fading in, this may happen every single time. This event handler
Yeah,
thing.
and I can imagine we might not necessarily want that too, but I'm trying to think.
Every single time the player hits the kill zone.
Yeah, I think we just basically have to.
Or anytime we reset the player. So even if later we reset for a different reason, but I guess it should always happen, I guess.
Well, in my head, a reset, that's exactly what should happen on the screen.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, I mean fading in, the fading in event. If there's we just want to detach this handler from this fading in event after it's done its job, so that if fading in happens, it doesn't arbitrarily reset the player back to this one
Okay,
reset
so
position.
How do you detach? Do you do a minus equal?
We do a minus equal, but we just want to do it after the fact, after it's done its thing.
So, okay, okay, I get it. So then, since we're calling it here, should we put the? I know it probably shouldn't be in the method, but in the reset player to ground, we could put the minus equals after transform dot position, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, this function signature, it has to be exactly the same. Like, it has to be exactly the same function.
Mm.
For example, I could do like basically we'd have to put reset position on as a private variable somewhere so that this function itself can access it, or like this can access it, and then hard checkpoint current reset player indicating hard checkpoint and soft checkpoint. What a challenge.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I actually don't completely understand the problem.
Every single time a player is reset, it attaches another reset player to ground. Even though this looks exactly the same, the function would actually be different because it would be a different reset position.
Different reset. Okay.
So
Yeah,
normally,
it's kind of like
normally what you would want to do is something like public void reset player to ground as like a function by itself, and at the end of that function,
you remove it. Yeah.
You remove it. It removes itself. However, it has to what do you call it? What is it doing here? It cannot be of type void. Convert. Or what?
Does reset player to ground return?
Oh, sorry.
It returns something.
So sender s sender and event args. The object sender. Args. And then we do that. What's going on?
what?
No overload method reset takes 0 arguments. Oh no. Wait, why did the error just pop? Okay, whatever. So here,
Wait, I don't.
so here you would basically say, attach it, when fading in, and then do stuff, and then detach it.
Nah, you lost me, dude. So on line 216, we are listening. We're saying when fading in occurs, or we're attaching a listener. So once fading occurs, you run reset player to ground at reset pause. I get that code. Then you are again attaching it to an overloaded reset player to ground, which does what? I'm just not fully sure.
I'm just thinking about it now. Maybe we could do the same thing that we were doing before, like crossfade with action. Send an action through, and do that hookup here, and then unhook it here somewhere.
That might be better, just as a thought, only because then instead of everywhere where that needs the crossfade and such, having to account for fade in and then like adjust for it, the crossfade can handle that itself. Like it should.
Crossfade can only happen one at a time, right?
Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna have like two. No, yeah, it should be one crossfade. As many actions that need to happen will happen, and then we'll fade in. I think that makes sense.
So how much longer do you guys want to work on perfecting the crossfade? Because it's 7:05, and
okay, yeah, fair enough.
Everything else we wanted to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think since it's 7:05, if this doesn't work immediately, it's fine. I think that the next thing we can do is let's reset pickups on hard checkpoint death, so on player death, not on hazard respawn, but on player death. That shouldn't take us too long, I think, and then
maybe we could come up with an idea for the second level instead of like
so I'm
designing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm drawing stuff. I'm actually drawing stuff now on my iPad. I'll drop it into Discord probably by like 7:15 or so, and then we can just like bring that up and just take a quick look and see if we like the idea or not. You know?
Yep, that sounds good.
Um,
Do what? Yeah. So
so send the action through as we were doing before.
yep, this makes sense to me.
Store the action.
What? I think you mean run crossfade with that. Oh, did you rename it to to just run crossfade?
Yeah, because the action is nullable.
Okay, got it. Oh, okay. So either we'll send the action or okay. So then where do we? Okay, I'm kind of lost.
And then
Okay, so
we'll store it as a private variable, and then
yep.
in fade in it'll invoke it if it has one.
Okay, and so now go up.
Oh.
I remember we wrote crossfade with action. If you scroll down, so this did this get run anymore or no?
I am
No, right?
not the way not probably not. I mean, we could also
Okay.
call it like the same thing, crossfade with. Yeah, probably not. I imagine like if we want to actually do this whole crossfade thing, we may not want to go with events since it's a singleton at that point.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I feel like anything that's a singleton, we should sort of like move away from using some sort of event to trigger it.
I get it, as in just have it be a singleton that anyone can call instead of having an event necessarily. Okay.
Yeah, I imagine
understand
events
that.
is a good thing for like when multiple things are sort of reliant on knowing that information.
Yeah, and they can't like interact, right?
Right, exactly. Like you have too many things. Like player can't like possibly do it for everything. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So yeah, I mean we could just leave it as is for now, though. It's not gonna break anything if we keep it that way.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so this should just work. So we fade out. So yeah, it's working.
All right. Cool. So now, let's figure out how to put the pickups back once the player dies. So if they pick some up, I guess maybe pickup control is no. I'm thinking of the wrong game. No. We have a pickup controller here too, right? I think, or on item pickup. But either way, we definitely want to be able to reset the position. So I'm trying to think of how we could do it.
It's courage, right?
Yeah. Courage.
Courage, the cowardly.
Was not for children, but it was.
Let's see. On courage pickup. I mean, we could put them under sort of like a pickup manager.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Or again, in old games, I've had like a level manager, but it's okay if we have a pickup manager that it knows all the pickups and their positions, and it'll just like legit just remake the game objects. Because what we could do is just disable them and then re-enable them, but that's gonna cost the resources. I know it's not much, but I think it's not the right way to do it. But yeah. I guess a pickup manager. I'm trying to think. We could have a pickup manager that has the
pickups right now. The soft and the for. Never mind. They mixed up with checkpoints for a sec.
I know we've been working on checkpoints for so long.
I know, right? Yeah. No. What we're talking about is we need something to be aware of all of the. Oh man, all of the pickups. Oh, my brain is not working. I've done this before and I can't remember right now. Yeah, I guess what we need almost is like a pickup manager that has a list of pickups.
What's attached to Courage right now? What scripts to any Courage
Item
prefab?
controller?
Item controller, yeah. Go in
Okay.
there.
Go in there and just see what's happening.
Yep. So all we do is destroy it once the player touches it. Yeah. So maybe what we should do is we can keep this code where it destroys itself. A pickup manager can have a list of pickups, regardless of if they're Keyflame or Courage or whatever, or maybe not Keyflame because that's a key item, but maybe like Courage, and on death, it can just it'll just call and instantiate in a for loop on all of its objects. So all of the Courage pickups will just be reinstantiated, and if I'm right, if we do it right, they should keep their original positions. I think.
That reminds me that the Keyflame, I think, should also be reset.
It depends.
So that's a whole.
Doesn't it depend on when you actually died?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you got the Keyflame and then you did like a hard death, I don't think you should have to get it again because it's a key item.
Shouldn't it be that say there are 5 Courage pickups, right?
Yeah.
Say if you got 2, you hit a hard checkpoint and then you died. Shouldn't it still? Or no, sorry, you got 2, you hit a hard checkpoint, you got another one, and then you died. Shouldn't the third one that you got be reset, but not the first 2? It's almost like a time tracking type of deal.
So
I see.
Yes. So then it depends how lenient we want to be, because at least the way I was considering it was key items stay with you even if you die and not hit a checkpoint. Meaning like
that makes sense.
Like I'm trying to think of a game that does this because I can't say Metroid necessarily.
So Courage pickups are like respawnable?
Yeah, because they're like a health pickup. Again, how Night comes to mind because I've been playing. It's not the same, but if you pick up like a mask shard and then die, and you get warped back to a checkpoint that's far away, you'll still have that because it's a key item. But if you picked up, or like in the game right now, yeah, if you pick up like Geo or like but their game design is a different. I don't know. I can't think of a game for a good example, but I mean, either way, we can pick whatever we want. I'm fine with either way, to be honest. If you want to make them go get it again, it's just I feel like they'll want to be like, well, I got it. Why didn't it save? You know what I mean?
Right. So like for the soft checkpoint, like 100%, like we don't need to spawn them again.
No, we don't.
It's like, oh, I just fell in the lava, and it shouldn't appear again. But hard checkpoint, that's when all your health runs out. I don't know. For the Keyflame, I guess it makes sense. I get what you're saying. Like it's a key item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
I say let's work on the coins. I don't know why I said coins. The Courage first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if we can just get those to a respawn.
I'm thinking.
I think that maybe this can. I know. Do we have a game manager? We do in this game, right?
Yeah, we do. Game manager is this guy.
I think that a game manager can manage pickups. I don't think that's a bad use of a game manager.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? The key obtained. I mean.
Yeah. So yeah, if it already has key obtained, then I don't mind it having the other stuff. Yeah.
And lines 19 to 23. Yeah.
Unlevel start raised. We get rid of this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Let's not keep these things around. We no longer use sanity bar here, right? Sanity bar does its own thing now.
I don't think so. Yeah. But let's see. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, we're not doing a lot.
Yeah, all that's there is key obtained, on level start. we have a reference to player. I mean, we could have a reference to the pickups. The issue is, since it's a singleton, I'm not so sure if we want to do that, like, because we will switch out which ones are which, right?
What do you mean?
We will switch out,
Oh, as in like across scenes, right?
or because we're not going across scenes just yet. We're going across sections when
Yes,
we're
yes, yes.
basically going to teleport them. Wouldn't we want to we can't basically reference like a set of pickups in that case.
Well, we can, but then we can just update it whenever we move to the next section.
Yeah, but how do we do that?
Right. Well, actually, we got to figure out how to reference them to begin with. Did you guys have anything in mind?
I mean, we could have a sort of section manager, right? Section manager. Yeah, I think that could probably work.
Yeah, we will eventually need a level manager. But for right now, yeah, we can have a section manager. I guess each level will have a section manager that manages moving the player from place to place within the scene, and the level manager will be, I guess, also a singleton because it just needs to change scenes, right? Or yeah.
Section manager. Reload. Somehow
Section.
when I added a new script, it set it back to attached to Unity. Think.
Okay, I got it.
So this is not going to be singleton because there could be multiple in a specific scene.
Yeah.
So here
Yeah,
we can have a public item controller array pickups.
Yeah. And then we just like literally drag them all in.
Yeah.
Or even better, what we can do is we can all. Can you click on the courage?
Put them all into object, parent object.
No. Does it have a tag? We can give it a tag as pickup, and then we should be able to do like a get all. Isn't there a thing like get all objects of tag blah blah blah, and it'll give you the array, and then it'll just be easy, right? I think there's something like that, like get game object.
Yeah,
get game objects with tag X. And so then instead of having to drag them all in, it can just find all. Oh wait, no, but then it'll find them all in the scene, right?
Do they
Right.
all these pickups have the exact same 20 value, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't we just put the prefab pickup in the thing and somehow indicate where we want them to be positioned at?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Couldn't we put the prefab pickup on the actual section manager, right? And then just indicate where we want them to. Right? Yeah.
Yes, we can. I just don't know how to do it elegantly.
I mean,
but yes, like
so let's just start with creating a game object, right?
Wait, Alex, you're saying to do that so that we can instantiate them in the code?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying so instead of placing them in the scene, we can. Well, you know what? I think we will want to place them in the scene because when we're designing the level, it'll be easier to figure out where to put them.
Oh no! Right. What I mean by that is create empty one, for example, right? And this isn't necessarily going to be a pickup itself. It's literally just going to be a position. Right.
Okay.
So then instead
you're saying it'd have a list of transforms and then it'll instantiate at each transform location.
Right, exactly.
So then again, when we're placing when we're building the next section and placing the courage, how
we won't be able to visualize it, just like, you know.
Like, I'm saying so won't that hinder how we design the levels though? Because you won't be able to place the items, no?
What do you mean, Quan?
We would
I think 'cause
we would sort of be able to place it. It's almost like we're going to say take that, and then just like we won't be able to actually see what it is, but we'd be able to place it where we want it to go. That's the thing.
yeah, and so I'm saying yeah. So okay, so then I'm fine with that. So what you're saying is that instead of placing a sprite, we'll have a prefab that gets spawned at that location. I'm okay with that. The one thing I will say though is just use the in the inspector in the top left. We can use that thing so that we can see it in the scene.
What thing?
That like that box next to the name pickup in the top right. Sorry, of the inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the now on the top left of the inspector. Sorry, it's really that. Nope, keep going left. That box thing. Yep, and now you can pick in a thing. So
Oh.
pick the like blue.
Do pickups
so
have
click on
a
the
thing?
pickup one. And, yeah, no, I'm saying just click on that box and pick a color. Right. Right, and now
I see what you mean.
you see how now you can see it.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why. Now usually it shows up even when you zoom out, but I guess they changed that in Unity. But at least that way we can move it around, and it won't just be like a invisible thing because that'll be hard for us to develop, right?
So what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that?
So you're saying so the section manager will have a list of positions and will instantiate them at those positions so that once they're picked up and destroyed and the player dies again, it just reinstantiates them at those positions. I'm
Right.
okay with that.
Exactly.
So
I
we
think
have a
that's good
reference to those positions in the code, so it's easier.
Right.
Yeah. So instead of having to have the reference to the pickups, which will be placed kind of randomly, we'll have references to where they go, which I think makes more sense. So then you just instantiate them, because then we can just move the positions and add more positions, and the prefabs will take care of themselves.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Unless we have item controller, just have a prefab of itself, and then listen in on a on player died event. No, that doesn't make
Say that
sense.
again.
No, that won't work. They'll be destroyed. Wouldn't even be able to listen. Yeah,
Okay.
see, that's the problem. The fact that they're destroyed in the first place. We could, like, for example, we couldn't put the pickups there and then reuse those because trying to instantiate the same exact object is going to give you an error because it's already been destroyed. So there is no reference to it. Does that make sense?
I get you. Yeah.
So that's why we like in order to recreate them, you would have to either restart the scene or to use a prefab of some sort. And I don't know if it makes sense to use some sort of placeholder type of deal.
Mhm.
Like instead of like
Mhm.
having this pickup thing, but like have a placeholder pickup that which is what these are, but like a more prettier version of them, I guess. Like where's pickup? Where's courage? Courage uses this sprite renderer and a light 2D, right?
hmm
We could just do that, but not use a circle collider or an item controller. Does that make sense?
No, I didn't get it. Can you say it again?
Like copy component. Paste. Oh. Sorry, that's
Wait. We're trying. So you're trying to put these components on the transform. I'm kind of lost. Sorry.
yeah, like
Why?
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out why.
no, just like have a if you wanted like a visual basically of what that pickup
you're
would
saying-
look like. Like say here
Oh,
we're just
I get it.
it's still only
I
going
get
to
it.
use
As in,
the
like, not
transform
anything
of
else.
it, right?
Only. I get it. Yeah. So what he's saying, Chris, is
Yeah.
so that we can place them in the scene and it'll be easier for us to see them. But then they'll like I guess in our code what we'll do is on start or on initialize all the pickups will just disable their sprite renderers and then instantiate actual prefabs at their positions, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So it's easier for us to develop, yeah.
So I'm just gonna find out what disguise is. Courage, right? I'm gonna take this transform, we're gonna copy these. We're gonna paste it up in here. Paste component values. So now, does that really pick up 1?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete it.
They're not in sequential order of like how you would gather them, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
it
cool.
doesn't matter because the instantiate would just load them all in at the same time, or like very
Let me pick up
quickly. The player
Southern.
will notice.
Courage. 2, 3. Was that really all? Is it just 4?
There's only
Yes.
4 right now. Yeah.
Okay. So this is pickup 1. I'm just gonna get rid of the icon thing. I don't think we need it anymore. Oh, great. Yeah, courage 2. We're just gonna copy the transform over here and just paste it down. And we're just gonna remove it. 2. Move. 3. Transform. Paste. Okay. So they are in the positions that they should be. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cool. Now we're gonna have a just gonna take all 3 of these guys. Damn. I hate that it's like gonna make me. I just do this. No. Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Just trying to add these guys over. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever.
Oh, just do that. Yeah.
Open in a multi-dragon.
You need to. Oh, there you go.
I can't multi-drag unless like.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, and like if I click on this, like these guys to multi-drag them, I can't go into the inspector of this guy.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I guess that's annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, and then of course have a pickup prefab. Click. Game object. You have the transforms here, and on start, or rather, I did.
Yeah. You can write a method called
spawn pickups.
Yep.
And then you're just instantiating the pickup prefab with
position.i.
Yeah, you'll loop through the pickup positions and just instantiate each one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. For our transform and yep. Instantiate pickup prefab, and then at transform, and I forget what else you need for instantiate. I think you need like angle and stuff, but we don't have to worry about that.
None in this case, no. Hold on, I just need to look at item controller again.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, one sec. So Spartan Unit 5 on the Twitch chat. I don't know when you sent this, but this is my friend Alex. Asking if we're making a platformer. Yeah. So this is our 14th stream, and we're making a platformer called Wake Up, where the player is trapped in some type of nightmare and they need to overcome their fears. And we've been working on the first level, which is Fear of Darkness.
Yep.
And we're nearing the end of the first section of the first level. And most of this stuff that we're doing is going to be very generalized. So like once we're done with everything in the first section, it's going to be a lot easier to implement the next sections.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to be moving a lot faster. This is kind of like our like learning curve. We're learning just how to get our base like methods and functions and functionalities of our level in, like spawning things and then making sure there's crossfades and animations, and then we'll be able to build out the next sections and levels much faster since all the basic stuff for like crossfading, respawns, all that will be done. And yes, right now we're taking a look at pickups.
So what we're doing right now, we have these pickups. We call them courage pickups. It's basically like picking up health. In this case, it's sanity, actually. So you pick up sanity because your sanity gradually decreases as you go through the level. And what we're doing right now is when you die, we need those courage pickups to reset to their original positions because we weren't handling that before. So when you died, those same courage pickups that you might have picked up before, we're just resetting them back to their original position.
Yep.
Instantiate. Pick up prefab. Parent. No, I don't have to do that. Transform. And empty. Transform. Position. And
what is quaternion the identity? Just like where, like, yeah. What is it?
It's like it's the identity rotation.
Yeah, like the quaternion is used to like represent a rotation.
Got it.
It's because quaternion is really used for what do you call it? It's like 4 specific values that are used in a matrix, I think.
Okay.
Right. To if you want to go like a specific angle, I don't know if you remember like computer graphics, but I remember it was like a 4x4 matrix for 3D.
Yep.
And then you had to set like sine of like certain angle, cosine of a negative, whatever. In certain points of that, I think there were always like four of those values that have to be set. And I think that's what quaternion basically is. That value.
Okay.
I think it's X, W, Z, and W.
Right. Because it
has what? Sorry.
Yeah. X, W, X, Y, Z, and W.
What's W again? Oh man.
That's something I don't remember.
It has to do with like
it
has to do with like a sort of a 4th dimension.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. When you set the quaternion.identity, you're basically saying the default, like no rotation, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It's like matrix.identity.
Right.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So here, what I'm doing is I'm also keeping track of the pickups themselves. And then how do you call it? If there are pickups around, just for the sake, I'm just destroying them all, and then I'm just recreating them.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just that's all I'm doing here. So this should do that. I don't know if there's anything else we have to account for here. Oh yeah. So
hold on, wait, Alex. What is that private list of pickups? What is that?
That's the actual instantiated pickups.
Oh, I see. Oh, and then we're just adding them. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm just basically destroying and clearing them out the next time this spawns.
Yep.
Although I think we do need to do something here. So we have pickup positions, right? Yeah, I think here we just need to like var We need to do something like this. uh, yeah. Does that make sense?
Each of the for each of the pickups, I mean for the transforms, we set it active to false and then spawn the pickups.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
Wait, why set active first?
once we actually have the transforms, the actual while we're using the sprite render and all that to display those where those pickups would be and everything like that, we don't actually want to keep those around. So we're just gonna set them to like as active as false.
I'm fine with that. Yep, makes sense. Makes sense.
So I mean, let's then of course we have to actually add the pickup, a courage, prefabs, courage, adage. You make me look bad. There I go. That's one pickup. So hard checkpoint is death, right? Hard checkpoint's over there.
Yeah. But or even if you just die, even if you don't get the hard checkpoint.
Death. So this should spawn again.
And the respawn looks really good though, because now with the crossfaded, you aren't just teleporting, which is really nice.
I do notice that the health bar is like immediately getting set to 100, so I had to just fix that. It
didn't get respawned, right?
No, it did not. Is there a reason why? We have a console error? No.
Did we hook up the?
Oh, no, I can't we remember.
Did not. We didn't hook up any of the events to call this, right?
No, we did not at all.
Okay, yes, this happened on player death.
Yeah,
we don't even need game manager to do that. On player death.
Death. Yep, is exactly why we did it. Because we would need it later on.
What are we? This guy itself. Section. And spawn pickups. Oh. You may have to refactor player a little bit to like make sure certain things like don't get reset until like you get spawned. Like you see health, you're gonna see it actually get reset to 100.
I see
that. Wait, no, sorry, I didn't see.
Well, just wait for it. You'll see it get set to 300, set to 100 before it even Okay, so but yeah, it spawned back.
Nice.
I think that should be somewhat trivial though.
That's doable.
We can even do it right now. We have reset player, and we have reset player to ground.
Check what where do we reset sanity? We're doing reset sanity instantly.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if we want to put reset sanity in reset player. I don't think we do. No, we don't. We just want it to wait. Because we don't want to do it in reset player to ground or reset player, because this happens even when they don't die. So we need something specifically for when they die. Maybe we just need to run a util.timed action, but I don't know.
We could just put it here somewhere.
I don't think we should, because this is going to happen even if the player doesn't die. And reset player to ground shouldn't be dealing with player health. We want to separate those functionalities so that later on it doesn't come back to bite us. I think at least that's how my brain is telling me to do it.
Then we may have to move this out a bit. Like for example, reset player is being called on hardpoint and softpoint. But really we may want to call it on here or here, and then have it so that both reset player and reduce sanity are their own line. As in like see if I take this over here, I do this, and then I do
Mhm.
reset player to soft checkpoint. Whoops. And then reduce sanity. And then here, similar.
I'm not fully understanding, but yeah, go ahead. So this says when the player is dead, you run the crossfade, okay. And then wait, no, wait. Go back up. You're running the crossfade also in killzone control?
Yeah.
On killzone enter. Isn't it gonna run twice? Because on killzone enter, that can happen when the player dies. So if they die, it'll do this, go into reduce sanity, and then call it again if player is dead.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Isn't this the same problem we faced earlier?
Yeah, we fixed it, but yeah, this is the issue where like I think and that's why I'm saying we need to separate them, because I remember we tried to originally put like reset player and sanity in one thing, and we ran into the same problem. We're like, oh, we need to separate them out because it's being weird.
Reduce. Because this will just end up calling this again, the fade out again. We don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
So instead, on killzone we reset. Well, on killzone enter we should just immediately like. I don't think it's bad if we immediately reduce the health on at that point, right?
No, I think that's fine.
And then here we shouldn't. But we're not doing this part immediately, so we can actually tell if is player dead here. If not, is player dead, then do that. So reduce the sanity. It'll go through here. It will probably call this if player is actually dead. However, at this point, it won't know. I mean, at this point, it won't reset this to 100. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Because it
Not
won't,
entirely.
because it won't reset this to 100 just yet. This would actually detect death. So then, if it's not dead yet,
Okay.
Okay. I think that I get that.
I mean, for now it would work until we can refactor it and make it look better.
Sure, yeah, that's also a thing. We can always
just
refactor.
put this back here and just comment this out. And that's it. That should just work. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, and so go again to like basically like low health, and then let it die by like timeout.
Sure.
And let's see that it doesn't do it to be safe. Yeah. So now if we wait, yeah, perfect. Yeah, that works.
And I guess we would put like a screen in there that says you died. Restart option or something, right?
Then we would have to modify our code again.
We would.
But that's okay. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, this is good for now.
Yeah, unless we just implement a simple like lives system. So maybe they still have health, but maybe they have like again 3 lives, and we show that screen at the end of 3 lives. That'll be a different management system. But again, yeah, that's stuff for later. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I noticed that kind of keeps moving, even like if you just hold on there. I don't know what that reason for that is.
Wait, sorry, what?
Kind of keeps moving despite the fact that Oh, I know why. Done.
Juan, he's talking about like when you go into the lava, like you could still move the player around.
Oh, okay.
It's because we have update disabled, like doing it the correct thing, but then it's not resetting horizontal vertical back to 0. Therefore, whatever was the left or right, like whatever direction you were going, it's still going to move that
Chris,
direction.
that's why that issue was happening to me. You remember I had that issue?
Yes.
That's probably why then, because it would happen on death where I would like be holding a direction and it would keep going. Maybe that's why. Again, I'm not sure, but maybe that could be it.
Yeah, see now I actually stopped moving the moment update was disabled. I may have to like once I hit the check the lava or kill zone, I may have to do it like have another condition for update disabled like in kill zone or something.
Yep.
Or resetting basically like a private pool resetting so it's in the process of like that whole resetting procedure, and then if it's in that it's gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So then yeah.
All right. Cool. So we can mark off the reset. I'll mark that on our doc. So that's good. We didn't fully get to the new section, but let me now send over this little sketch I did for a level. It references a wall jump mechanic. Did we say we want wall jump? I feel like we did. If we didn't, then this is all wrong.
I don't remember us saying that.
Okay, then maybe I'm thinking of something else. All right, so then if we don't have a wall jump, I'll redesign it.
All right, let's see anyway.
Sure, yeah. I have no problem changing it. Oh, did it not share?
Do you want to do it in the art?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh wait, did I put it in Game Jam?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you click on our Game Jam? I think I put it there by mistake. Oops. Yeah, my bad.
Wow.
I'll move it to art later, but let's just look at it here.
Sure.
So yeah, okay. So then I'm trying to remember why I thought of a wall jump, but that's fine. I'll explain it as if we had a wall jump, but even if we don't, it's fine. I'll make a new one for next week.
You don't even need to make a new one because, like, even if we don't have a wall jump, we can just like
add more platforms.
Just no, like literally just move that platform over to the right and just put another small platform like in its place. You got it.
Sure. Yeah. So first, let me explain where the in my head this level starts. I forgot to write start in the top middle, not there actually. Yeah, so right there, that's supposed to be a door, or not inside of that. Man, yeah, I didn't. All right, hold on. Yeah, but yes, there, but hold on. I can really just do this a little bit faster and then share to the different channels.
Do you want to just stream and I could just look? We can look.
No, because on my iPad and it's tougher to stream. Okay, no actually. Yeah, sorry. Let me do that. Let me do this.
I like how we started out with like a platformer idea, and now we're just like, let's add Metroidvania aspects to this.
Yeah. It's definitely becoming way more interesting and like deep in its functionality, which is always like, fun.
It's fun to design Metroidvania stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why I even thought of this, because again, the wall jump thing is very much a Metroidvania type thing, or it's like there's a wall jump in non-Metroidvania games, but
it's probably from the game that we're working on in the back burner, Havoc.
It could be, yeah. My brain is all messed up. All right, so my thing kind of crashed, so screw it. Yeah, just do what you were doing. So you had it right where you start. In my head, that platform underneath is like it's solid. So you don't start inside there. It's solid, and you can go left or right. They both lead to the same place. into a large fall, and the room on the left that has key in it, right? You can see it while falling. So we'll make it close enough that you can see through the wall while falling, so that the player has an idea, but won't be able to get there immediately.
Wait, I'm actually confused. Are they starting like in that square where it's dotted?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, there.
So they're able to just fall down and be right next to the next section.
Yeah, but they don't have a keyframe yet. Or
is there any other way that they can go, or is that the only way?
I didn't make that yet. So as right now, they can only go right first.
Wait, what do you mean right?
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Oh wow, my whole thing is. Wow, this whole app just crashed. Nice, well done. Yeah, I didn't mark it well enough, so it's just not clear about what's happening.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we could totally add a wall jump to this game if we want. Like that would be cool for designing the levels. Wouldn't be opposed.
Okay, cool. I mean, but yeah, one.
And I guess for now, since we like haven't worked it in yet, like all the wall jump sections could be like what we did in the first section, where you have like platform on the left, and then above it to the right, and above it to the left.
Yep. So that kind of like stair platforms ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. Sorry, this is taking long. I'm just trying to make these quick changes so it's easier to read.
That's all right. But overall, I do like the design of this level.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, me too. I could tell it was probably for Havoc.
Yeah, right. Maybe that was in my mind, and
The PNG
forgot.
name literally says Havoc Slums.
I also wouldn't be opposed.
Oh, my bad.
I wouldn't be opposed to something like this for Havoc too. But yeah, Havoc Slums, you named it.
Yeah. So it's funny because yeah. I don't know why my brain clearly had something in mind. Give me one moment. Keep talking though. Like don't wait on me. I will be done within like another minute.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're gonna look at this, but we're getting pretty close to the end of the stream.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Definitely want to on the next stream. I mean, we're gonna do some more refactoring probably, but on the next stream, we definitely want to try to do start the next section, which we're gonna look at the level design draft for right now for a second, and then really just get that whole transition to the next scene, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
We may have to like make the reset player a little more sophisticated.
Yeah, I think we
to handle like not just the soft checkpoint but the hard checkpoint, but to also do this stuff with what do you call it?
The art is there now. Go ahead.
With the scene change, the section change.
Yeah, it should be in the art channel. Yeah.
Oh, you put some numbers. That's nice.
Yeah. So S is the start. That little like semicircle in the top middle. Right, and so you can go left or right in a closed chamber. That's one. You fall down, and so my idea was, this is where the next section door is, but you don't have a keyframe yet. If you see, I put that line. So 2, you go to the right. The first platform, so which is the bottom left of that section is too low for you to jump back up. So you jump down, but you can't get back up because you'll need the wall jump like later on. But you jump up, and so 3 is you jump up these platforms, you get your wall jump. 4, you can either go back down the platforms or like jump down and slide down the wall.
Yep.
5 is you move back across, you can wall jump back up. Oh, I didn't put 6. Oops. The next one says 7, but that should be 6, I guess. But on 7, you can now wall jump between these two things. We can make that gap too far for the player to jump, so that they can't just jump across. They have to like
Mhm.
slide down and then like wall jump up.
Mm-hmm.
Jump on 8, they jump down to that platform. They wall jump up through the sides where the keyframe will be. But maybe we can, I don't know, destroy a platform so the player can't get back in the same way how we opened the door when they got the keyframe. Maybe we do a similar kind of thing. So now it'll incentivize them to jump up, which is 10. And then I remember we wanted to use the lever. And then the lever can be used to like open like a false floor, which will bring them back to the start. So you can just jump back down to the next section door. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Again, this is I came up with this while we were on stream. Feel free to destroy it, and we can rework it. And again, we can take out the wall jump, do whatever we want. But it's just an idea for the next section.
I mean, we could try to see if we could do like a cave in here.
Okay, sure, yeah.
When keyframe obtains, so you can't go back this way.
Yeah, sure. Okay, or maybe we could do as well is we can have a cave, or maybe what we can do is like, I don't know, by pulling or by getting the keyframe or something. Or maybe we can have 2 levers, right? One lever will, let's say that the keyframe is like, I don't know, it's locked by a door or something, right? You open the lever and it opens the door to the keyframe, but maybe like lava like rises up or something, or like that section like closes off. So it's like the lever can only do one, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so it changes the landscape of the level, and then you're incentivized to go up and use the false floor. But again, this can all be changed. I think there are issues already, but yeah. So
I actually do
kind
like the way it is right now.
It's a great start.
Okay. Yeah. But go ahead, Chris.
No, I do like the way it is right now, but like those recommendations are good. We could talk about it like over the week.
Sure. Yeah. And again, I'm okay with this game having a wall jump, but I'm also fine with taking it out. It won't be as you said. We can just move some platforms around, and then we can do that. And I guess during the week, I'll also try and include more sections, because as right now, this is very linear. Like you have to get the wall jump first. So maybe I'll add a separate section as well where you can still get something. Maybe like, because I didn't put any courage pickups in this drawing. We can have other sections to pick up courage, or do whatever else as before the player gets to the keyframe, so it's not just a linear run to the end of the level.
So
or
like,
the section.
It is linear, but like in a way it still like requires you to make choices. Like you're gonna try to go to the left and you'll realize, oh, I can't make that jump, let me try and go the other way, and then you find the wall jump. So I don't know. I like that format, but I do get what you're saying. I do get what you're
saying. I'm as in, like it's a linear, but not in a like not in like a straight line way. It's it's progressionally linear. If you get what I mean. Yeah.
So like Super Metroid actually does something similar with that, exactly with the wall jump, but like in a more grand scheme of things, like you get to a section and then you like completely fall down and you just can't go back.
That's what I was going for. Yeah. That kind of thing. Yep.
Yeah. You can't go back until you find like the wall jump, but it's not just like one path. It's like you do a whole load of things first. I get what you're saying though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that's that we can continue this, but I think this is a good place to end the stream. So next time we definitely will get to designing the second level, because we'll have a lot more fleshed out.
That's good.
Cool. All right, y'all. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. I guess we're signing off.
Yeah, it's the end of our stream. It's 8:00. Yeah, 2 hours.
Next week.
Yeah, thanks for